Hey guys, let's get more news from Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Kerr in disbelief over Klay's late intentional foul versus Clippers. The Warriors blew a double-digit lead to the Los Angeles Clippers in the fourth quarter of their 130-125 loss on Wednesday night at Chase Center, but Golden State still had a chance to win it with 1 minute left to play. With 39 seconds left in the one-possession game, however, with Golden State trailing 126-123 following a corner three from Brandon Podziemski, veteran guard Klay Thompson fouled Russell Westbrook and helped Los Angeles put the game out of reach. Warriors coach Steve Kerr was animated on the sideline after Thompson committed the intentional foul, and Podziemski also appeared shocked by the decision. After the game, Kerr told reporters it was not the plan for anyone to foul on that possession as the Warriors looked to get a stop and then tie the game. "Yeah, we didn't want a foul," Kerr said. "We're down 3 with 38 seconds, so it's an obvious defend and just play it out and get a rebound, and then it's a one-possession game." The loss, during which the Warriors blew a 13-point lead, brought an end to Golden State's 5-game win streak in front of the team's home crowd. And while Thompson was a bright spot in the Warriors' win over the Utah Jazz on Monday night, a big mistake might have cost Golden State its 6th consecutive win. While much of the talk ahead of, and after, the NBA trade deadline involved LeBron James' future with the Los Angeles Lakers, things have quieted on that front for the most part. It seems likely that James will remain with the Lakers after this season, even with his contract still in limbo. But the Golden State Warriors, who did show interest in the 39-year-old star following his cryptic social media posts and evident frustration, have apparently not closed the door on a potential Stephen Curry-Lebron pairing. There are reportedly 4 potential scenarios specifically that could lead to the Warriors potentially taking a swing for the fences this offseason. According to The Athletic's Sam Amick, Anthony Slater, and Jovan Buha, the Lakers' lack of interest in trading James doesn't mean a potential deal won't be revisited in the summer. The front office is reportedly also ready to explore a few other ideas if they're possible, including teaming Curry up with Giannis Antetokounmpo, Paul George, or even possibly Kevin Durant in a reunion. Steph Curry makes history in Warriors vs. Clippers. Steph Curry was an absolute monster against the LA Clippers on Wednesday night. So much so, that he actually made history throughout the process. According to Warriors PR, Steph Curry is the first player in NBA history to make at least 7 three-pointers in 4 consecutive games. Against the Clippers, he ended up shooting .919 from deep at 47%. By the end of the night, Steph Curry ended up with 41 points on 48/47/100 shooting. Unfortunately for Curry and the Warriors, he didn't receive much help from most of the starting lineup. Andrew Wiggins had 10 points on 40% shooting, Draymond Green had 9 points on 33% shooting, and Klay Thompson had 12 points on 27% shooting. The only starter to put up decent numbers alongside Curry was Jonathan Kuminga, who had 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists on 46% shooting. Other than Curry, the biggest bright spot for the Warriors was Brandon Podziemski, who put up 25 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds on 75% shooting. Going into tonight, the Golden State Warriors had a 5-game winning streak. They had played much improved basketball throughout the stretch, but fell victim to their inability to close games that they've shown all season. From the moment that the Clippers and Warriors engaged in a fourth-quarter scuffle, it went downhill immediately for the Warriors and the Clippers regained the lead. Despite the loss, the Golden State Warriors still have a 26-26 record and are 1.5 games ahead of the 11th seed to stay in the play-in tournament. Success has seemed to follow Steph Curry throughout his career as a member of the Golden State Warriors. The team has continued to build around him, knowing he is the cornerstone of their team and a tremendous leader in many aspects. Curry also holds several NBA records, including his role as the most prolific three-point scorer in league history. He is the all-time leader in three-pointers made, a number that will keep climbing as his career continues. While his list of accolades was already impressive, Curry hit another impressive milestone on Wednesday night. As the NBA's official account highlighted, Curry became the first player in NBA history to make at least 7 three-pointers in 4 straight games. When he hit his 7th three-pointer, as the video portrays, the crowd went wild, knowing they were witnessing history. The Warriors might not be having their best season this year, but with Curry on the floor, it seems like anything can happen on a given night. Curry's elite shooting prowess is a big reason why the Warriors have won so many championships during his tenure. Steph addresses Warriors' reported attempt to trade for Lebron. The Warriors made waves Wednesday morning when a report surfaced that Golden State inquired about a potential trade for Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James. Following the Warriors' 130-125 loss to the Los Angeles Clippers on Wednesday night at Chase Center, Steph Curry was asked if he ever is surprised about reports involving his team attempting to trade for a big-name player like James. "No, never surprised," Curry told reporters. "It's always a surprise when stuff like that gets out because I'm assuming that every team is making calls that if every fanbase or media group would know about it, it would normalize the conversations that happen in the front office, especially around the trade deadline when you're exploring around the league who's available and who's not. Obviously, a guy like Bron, you would probably call just to see." I don't know what the depths of the conversations were, but it was a nice little surprise this morning for sure. While the Warriors and Lakers didn't carve out a blockbuster deal that would have sent James to Golden State and shattered the NBA universe in the process, the team's interest in the NBA's all-time leading scorer is important to remember as the summer inches closer. James holds a $51.4 million player option for the 2024-25 NBA season, which he could feasibly decline to enter free agency in the coming offseason. The Golden State Warriors aren't having the type of season that they have grown accustomed to. They currently have the 10th best record in the Western Conference, and hold a .500 record on the year. During the Steph Curry era, the Warriors have traditionally been atop the West, but for whatever reason, they haven't recaptured that magic this season. When looking at what the team has done all season, many have wondered if the Warriors need another star player to join forces with Curry. Recent reports have surfaced about the Warriors inquiring about LeBron James before the trade deadline. Curry was asked about this in a press conference, and his response was shared by the Warriors on NBCS. He said, "Obviously, a guy like Bron, you should probably call him, just to see." He also said, "I don't know what the depths of the conversation were, but that was a nice little surprise this morning." Regardless of who the Warriors currently have on their team besides Curry, adding a player like James could only help their chances of winning more games. Curry seems excited by the prospect of joining forces with James, but of course, a deal would have to make sense for both sides. James seemingly did a lot to move his family to Los Angeles and join the Lakers, but at the end of the day, he might be looking for one more ring before he retires. And you fan, what do you think of the LeBron James situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.